my top 2014 eye products. So these are products that I loved for the eyes and brows for 2014. I have quite a few here because I found some gems this year that I'm super stoked about. So I'm gonna start with brows because that's probably my least amount of products, and they are what I used all year long. The first is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is amazing. I've gone through, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know how many of these I've gone through. It is such a fantastic brow pencil. One side has a spoolie, which is great to comb through your brows. The other side is a very fine tip brow product. The colors are great. I know they redid their coloring at some point during 2014. I switch between medium brown and chocolate. Depending on how red my hair is, I will add a little bit of auburn in there. This pencil is just amazing. I will try to switch up and do other brow pencils, and I find that nothing looks and is as easy to use as the Brow Wiz. I've tried MAC, I've tried the Sigma ones, I have tried, I don't know, every other brow pencil there is, and nothing comes close to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It is my holy grail, tried and true favorite brow pencil of all time, and probably will be for forever. The next is their Dip Brow, what is it called? Dip Brow Pomade, and this is in chocolate. Again, another product that I have in auburn, chocolate, and medium brown, kind of depending on the color of my hair. Today I used the chocolate, and this is really great. It's definitely a product that takes some practice, and you're gonna have to just kind of work with it and figure out how to make it work for you, because it definitely was something that when I first got it, I just like dipped my brush in and put it on, and it was a hot mess. So you definitely want to use less product and just kind of build it up. So I will just take a dual-sided brush like this, I will dab it into the product, then I take the cap, wipe off the excess, and I just start carving out my brow and feathering it in. It's waterproof or water resistant, sweat resistant. It lasts all day. It ends up looking very beautiful and natural if you learn how to use it properly. So it's definitely a little bit of a learning curve, but this is amazing, and I'm so happy that I've kind of figured it out. I'm wearing it today, and it's just such an amazing brow product, and I love that it keeps my brows in place. I don't even need a brow gel because it holds them in place and keeps them on, and it's just really fantastic. So these two products are hands down holy grail brow products of all time. Now this is kind of a face product, but I threw it in with eyes because I only use it for using for my brows, and it's the concealer in number 1.5 from Anastasia. And this is a very kind of tacky, thick, opaque concealer. I wouldn't use this for under my eyes. I know some people do, but for me, I just like it for my brows. And I'll take a Sigma brush. This is their 3D HD Precision brush, and it's like a little bit of a funky shape. It kind of curves, both sides go up to a tip, and then it's like flat. So it's a very interesting brush. And what I'll do is I'll dip the product, the brush into the product, and I will lay it flat and carve out my brow, and then I will turn it sideways and blend it out. And it works great, and the combination of these two is fantastic. So really love their concealer for cleaning up underneath your brows. Now on to some primers. I really found that I love the Milani shadow sticks, or the Jordana shadow sticks in the nude shade. I think one is called Continuous Almond maybe, and I'm trying to remember what the other one is, but it's their nude shade. I've used them both up, so I don't have them to show you, but this one just happens to be in Sand Dunes from Milani. I just found that I love just taking the pencil and putting it on my eye, blending it out, and that's what I used all year long, were those type of pencils, and I found I really like them. They both perform equally amazing, so whether you use Jordana or Milani, it's just completely up to you. But they replaced my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I love them. So anyways, the Milani shadow sticks or the Jordana shadow sticks, super cheap at the drugstore and work amazing as primers. They didn't crease, they lasted all day, they were creamy, they didn't dry out my eyelids. I really liked them. The next are some MAC paint pots. I kind of have found that I don't use my Maybelline color tattoos as much. I find that most of them are kind of drying and they make my eyelids look crepey. Now, not everybody has like beautiful, like crease proof or wrinkle proof lids. Like I wish that we could all have like Jaclyn Hill's beautiful, like perfect eyelids, but in reality, I don't have those. And certain bases don't work on my eyes because they make my eyelids look crinkly, and sometimes even using pigments that happens. But I find that the MAC paint pots never make my eyelids look crepey or wrinkly or any more wrinkly than they already are. And a few of my favorites are these kind of brown tone ones. This one is in Quite Natural, and this one's kind of a satiny finish. It's a beautiful, just kind of mid-tone brown. It has a little bit of like some taupey coolness to it. Beautiful for all over the lid, and definitely one of those that I would like to put on the lid and then kind of like blend it up into the crease, put a really pretty brown shadow over it, and then put on some mascara. It's very beautiful. And then the other one is a little bit warmer. This one is called Groundwork, and this one is a little bit more of a camel color, definitely a little bit, I guess, warmer. Yeah. So that one is Groundwork, and that one has a little bit more of a satiny sheen to it. I absolutely love these. I find that I reach for my MAC paint pots probably 9 times out of 10 over the Maybelline Color Tattoos. I'm thinking of just kind of getting rid of most of those because I don't ever use them, because I don't like the way that shadows lay over them on my eyes. So anyways, the MAC paint pots are my favorite. And then I discovered the Tom Ford ones. I don't know if they have more colors in this range or if they just had 2 limited edition ones that they just happened to bring out. I have Platinum and Spice. This one is in Spice. The texture of these are amazing. They're like this whipped, creamy, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. These are beautiful. They are a splurge item, but they're worth it. They don't, again, they don't get crepey or wrinkly looking on my eyes. Like this one is in Spice. It's a beautiful, like bronzy copper color, and it's stunning. I absolutely love these. If Tom Ford comes out with more, I can guarantee you, if I like the color, I will buy more because the formula and the texture is so amazing. So these were definitely a hit for me. All right, the next is some liners, and there was a few standout liners. As you guys know, I love the gel liner from Makeup Geek. This is Immortal. It's black. It's what I have on today. It's matte. It's creamy. I'm almost out of this one. I've kind of like scraped it and gathered it all to one side. A fantastic, fantastic, easy to use black gel liner. The other one that has definitely stole my heart is the Anastasia Waterproof Cream Color in Jet. There's so many Anastasia products that I have just absolutely adored this year, and this gel liner is one of them. It is inky, it is black, it is matte. It's a little bit more, in my opinion, a stiffer formula than the Makeup Geek one. That one is very creamy. This one's a little bit stiffer, which I find is a little bit easier to work with because it's not so creamy that you can make a mistake as easily. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not stiff where it like tugs at your eye. But it is so matte, so black. Favorite gel liner. So if I had to choose between the two, I would choose this Anastasia one, but the Makeup Geek one is so close that it's like they're like neck and neck. So price difference is a little bit, I think this is like 18 maybe, and this is under $10, I'd say. So it just depends on preference. And size wise, this one has 3 grams and this has 4 grams, so it does have a little bit more product. But these 2 gel liners were hands down holy grail. Okay, so 2 liquid eyeliners that I loved. Stila Stay All Day and the tattoo liner from Kat Von D in Trooper, both amazing. The Stay All Day is a felt tip liner. I have loved this for a long time. I've loved this since I went to IMAX in 2013. So I love it. It's very black, very easy to use. I don't use this kind of liner very often anymore, the liquid liners. I've been using gel for so long. And then the Kat Von D is a brush tip. I think that the Kat Von D is a little bit easier to work with in my opinion because the brush tip doesn't fray, and I find that the Stila one, the tip of it sometimes starts to fray and you have to kind of like pick at it and get off the little like fray pieces. But both are amazing, very, very black, very easy to use. I want to say they're like between the $18 and $22 range at Sephora, and they're great. I love them. So I would recommend both of those to you. And then 2 pencil liners. This is the Jane Retractable Water Resistant Eyeliner. The black one is my all-time favorite. It's like called Onyx or Black or something. But I've used that up, and I have to use up some other black ones before I'll let myself repurchase it. But this one just happens to be in forest green. I just picked one out of my drawer. But the forest green is very beautiful too. But the black one is very black. It's matte. It's the only liner that I find that really stays in the waterline. I have a bunch that stay in the waterline pretty well, like the Marc Jacobs one, the NARS one. I'm sure there's a couple other ones I just can't think of right now, but this one stays in my waterline so nicely. The only downside is this product runs out really fast, but it's from the drugstore and it's super cheap. So pick up the black one, and they have a bunch of pretty color ones too if you want to do some colored liners. But stays all day, water resistant, stays in your waterline, it's awesome. And then another one that I found that I really like is this NYX Wonder Pencil, and this is in the shade medium. And this is a great one if you're wanting to brighten up your eyes by putting this in your waterline. It is a flesh, you might not even be able to see that. It's a flesh tone pencil. This also could be used on blemishes, or I don't know, it has a list of different things you can use it on. I just use this for my waterline, and this sounds like common sense, but I figured I'd throw this out here anyways. If you're going to use this on blemishes, do not use this in your eye room, because there's just something gross about putting this on your pimples and then sticking it in your eye. That just is nasty. So I think most of you would probably already know not to do that, but that was kind of the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, ooh, this is for your pimples, but also for your eye rim. Like, that's kind of weird. But this is great. It lasts in the waterline really nicely. It brightens up the eyes. It's inexpensive because it's NYX and it's drugstore, and I really, really love it. Okay. The next is kind of a random. This is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue. I love this. I've been wearing a lot of like pigments and glitters towards the end of the year, and this is just a really great product if you have some kind of shadows that maybe are a little bit more sparkly or glittery and you want that sparkle and glitter to translate onto the eyelid. Get something like this, because you can just pat it on. It doesn't change the color of your shadow. It doesn't interfere with your shadow, but it will let that glitter or that pigment or whatever it is you're trying to get to stick to your lid, it will help that stay all day and not get fallout all over your face. So this was like a little random honorable mention that I've been really loving, and there's a lot of things and looks that I wouldn't have been able to do without this. So I really, really like that. For some shadows, I could not mention the Urban Decay Naked Basics. I use this every single day. There's not a day this whole year that I have not used this. And I just basically use it for Walk of Shame and Foxy, which are the two highlight shades. I mix them both together, and that's my brow bone highlight every single day. Venus, I'll sometimes pop into the inner corner. And then I use, you know, Naked 2 occasionally. I rarely use these two. I probably should use them a little bit more, but these two shades I use every single day. And I use this palette every day, so I couldn't not mention it. It's a great little basic palette to take with you if you're traveling, to have in your vanity. It's small, compact, and you get like a great shimmery inner corner or highlight, brow bone highlight, two great cream shades. You have a nice like mid-tone brown for your crease, and then you have some darker shades if you want to use them as liner or to smoke out, you know, under your eyes or your crease or whatever. So love this, could not mention it. Okay, let's say it all together. The Lorac Unzipped palette. You guys know I'm so obsessed with this. Especially towards the like last half of the year, this has been like my go-to palette. I love it. There's just something about these four shades that I can't get enough of. Like, I would just buy those by themselves if I could, because these four shades are great. I love this color for transition, crease. I love it. I love using these ones in the crease. I love putting them all over my lid. I love them. And then this copper shade, unbelievable. I use a ton. A beautiful copper shade. If you have green eyes, if you have blue eyes, that copper looks amazing. So this palette is fantastic. I love it so much. If I use up all of this shade here, which I know I will, if I can't find a dupe for it, I will probably just go buy the palette again just to have that shade, because I love it so much. So Lorac Unzipped, you guys knew I was going to mention that. Okay, everyone else is probably mentioning their Makeup Geek shadows, so why shouldn't I? Because they are so great. I love them. My most used shades are, what is this one, Vanilla Bean maybe? Yeah. Vanilla Bean, which is just a nice cream shade. Peach Smoothie, we all love that shade. So Frappe, Purely Naked, Creme Brulee, those are all some other ones that I really love. These warm, rich brown colors. I also really love this one, which is called Latte, which is a little bit of a cooler brown. I find I use these all the time, especially those ones. And I have a whole video where I swatch these, so I will leave them down below. I also have a favorite Makeup Geek video, like Makeup Geek products that are my favorites. I'll leave those down below as well. But, oh, and this Unexpected is a great purpley crease color. So the Makeup Geek shadows are fantastic. They're $5 or $6. They blend beautifully. They're not chalky. They're very pigmented. Inexpensive. I like these better and I reach for these more than I do my MAC shadows. So Makeup Geek, if you haven't tried them out yet, I highly recommend it. Their pigments are fantastic. I did a look using the Utopia pigment, which is a very amazing, crazy color that I can't even really describe what the color is, because it's like taupe, but then it's kind of green, but then it's kind of like silvery. And I did a look combining it with purple, so I'll leave that down below. Also, like Insomnia pigment is a very great dupe for MAC Club and MAC Blue Brown pigment. And then there's Kryptonite, which is a beautiful green. And then there's Afterglow, which is a beautiful, like, kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like the tan pigment from MAC. But the pigments are fantastic. They just came out with foiled shadows. So their eye products are just amazing. There's not an eye product from them that I tried that I haven't liked. So check out their pigments, their eyeshadows, their gel liners, their new foiled shadows are just really, really great. And then last but not least, a couple mascaras that I've been loving. I found the Clinique High Impact Mascara this year. I love this. I feel like it really separates and lengthens my lashes. I love the brush. I am a natural bristle brush kind of gal, and I love this. I love what it does for my lashes. It definitely separates and lengthens. I don't think it adds a lot of volume and thickness to them, but you can combine it with a thickening mascara and I think you're good to go. Always Bad Gal from Benefit. This is a huge wand, again, a natural bristle brush. I love what this does for my lashes. Again, it's another one of those like kind of lengthening and separating mascaras, and I think it just works fantastic. I've never not liked how it makes my lashes look, and I can't get enough of it. It's just my favorite mascara, and I've purchased it numerous times. Another one that I found this summer is the Urban Decay Perversion Bigger, Blacker, Badder Lashes. Again, another natural bristle brush. This is a little bit more of a wet formula. I love that this thickens, lengthens, separates my lashes. It's a little bit more of a clumpier mascara, but it doesn't make you look, it doesn't give you spider lashes, but it makes your lashes super, 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 super black. Love this. And then a newer favorite towards the end of this year is the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. Again, it's a natural bristle brush. It's actually what I have on today. I find that it thickens, it lengthens, it adds volume, it separates. If you mix this with like the High Impact mascara, I think it's a great combination, or even with the Bad Gal. I love the combination of those two. I had a couple samples that I've used up. I think 2 or 3, this might be my 3rd sample, so then I ended up buying the full size because I loved it so much. So, and I almost can't believe that I forgot to mention the Colourpop shadows. These things are amazing. I just did a video not too recently where I swatched a bunch, so I will link that down below as well. But these are freaking fantastic. I'm actually wearing 2 or 3 different ones on my eyes today. I think they apply best with your finger. They're $5, you guys, $5. They're interesting texture. They're not quite a cream, but they're not quite a powder, but they're super smooth. Look how pigmented that is. They're absolutely stunning, really easy to work with once you figure out how to use them. They're very, very pigmented, creamy. They pack a ton of sparkle. They're just coming out with a nude, or not a nude, but a matte line. And I mean, that's one swipe. Like, okay, let me grab a color and I'll show you. Okay, this one is called Hustle, and it's a beautiful kind of burgundy. Okay, we're gonna go whoop, whoop. Look at that. They're awesome. They're really, really great. Their lip products are fantastic too, but this is not the lip video. The Colourpop shadows, $5. Beautiful colors, great range. All of them have cute names, cute packaging, and I will link the video down below where I swatched them all. So yeah, the Colourpop shadows, you definitely need to get some of those in your life. Those are some of my favorites for 2014. A lot of really great eye products. Not a ton of palettes, but I think a lot of individual products that I really, really found that I loved. So I'd love to know what some of your 2014 favorite eye products were. What did you love? Even maybe what products you didn't care for so much. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!